Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we will have a very simple but very frequently asked React interview question that is simply your traffic light system. So as you can see we have a very simple traffic light system with three different lights like green, yellow and red. So the green initially will glow for 4 seconds, then yellow will glow for let's say 2 seconds, then the red light will glow for 3 seconds. So see, so how to have this? So let's just simply start the video. So let me quickly have the component as well as import my CSS, and I already have the simple CSS. So here I will explain you the main parts of the CSS. So let me quickly have the layout for this traffic light system. So this div would be the container for our different colors like red, yellow or green. So let's say traffic light. Then simply we will have three divs for three different colors, right? So simply, so let's initially have the class name of all the lights to simply light. So I have this common styling for all the lights to make it easier. So see, we got our layout right. So what I did, I simply have this black background that is the container, that is traffic light. Then I have a common styling that is simply your light with gray color. So initially what I did, I have this layout. Initially I gave all the lights the class name simply light to have this gray color styling, right? As in our traffic light system, as you can see, we will have two types of styling. Like all the lights will have gray color as well have different colors like red, yellow or green conditionally. So we need to have two class names to have or to provide two different stylings, right? So simply then we need to have our use state hook and a state variable which will be simply your light and set light to update the value of your state variable. So let's say initially I want to glow the green light. So initial value green. Then simply, as you all know that we need to glow the different lights at different intervals of time. And whenever we need to have such thing, we will use set interval, right? So simply your set interval. As you can see, the second parameter is your interval or maybe the time interval after which you want the light to glow. So inside this, we will have the logic to glow light simply. And we also need to have your use effect hook. So simply your use effect hook with your dependency area simply light. So we have provided the second parameter to this use effect hook that is simply your light. So it means whenever the light will change, let's say from green to yellow or maybe yellow to red, or whenever the light changes simply, we need to have this logic. That is your set interval logic. So inside our set interval, we will have the logic to glow lights at different intervals of time, and we want to repeat that thing, right? So whenever the light will change, this logic, that is the logic to glow lights, will run. Okay, so simply, and it is always a good practice to have your set interval in a variable. So let's simply have a variable name as timer. So now let's have quickly the logic to glow lights. So we will simply check if your light is simply green, then set the light to yellow simply. Else if your light is yellow, then simply set the light to red, and again else if your light is red, then simply set the light to green again. And the second parameter, that is simply the time interval. So as you can see, so here instead of having a fixed value like fixed interval of time, it means we need to provide dynamic timing for different lights. So here we will use ternary operator. So let's say if your light is simply equal to green, then simply provide the time or time interval to this set interval 400 milliseconds, that is your 4 seconds. In the else part, again we will check if your light is equal to yellow, then the time interval would be simply 2 seconds, and if your light is simply red, then the time of this set interval would be simply 3 seconds. So what do you mean by this condition? So let me explain you a bit. As here we have this condition. So let's say if your light is green, then this condition will be true, and for the true part we have this 5000 or maybe 4000, that is your 4 second. So this will go here as the second parameter of your set interval. So here, and let's say if this condition, that is your light, is not equal to green, then in the else part we will check if light equal to yellow. If this is true, then simply this 2 second or 200 millisecond will go here. Then again that time we will have 2 second time interval, or let's say if this condition is false, then simply this will be true. So 3 second will go as the second parameter for your set interval. So this way it will work. And you should always have a cleanup perform whenever you will use set interval. Always have a cleanup function to avoid memory leaks in React. So simply your clear interval with your timer, as this timer is holding your complete set interval logic, right? So now the next simple step that we need to have, where instead of only one class name, that is instead of only one color, that is gray, we need to have these three colors conditionally, right? And to have conditional rendering, let's have a curly brace, and this time we need to use template literals, right? So a backtick, simply we will have this class name as well, as we want this gray color also. So initially and again conditionally, these three classes that I already have, that is simply for your red color, simply active red, for yellow and green, active yellow or active green, right? Now again, here we will check if light equal to red. If it is red, simply have the class name as active red. In the else part, leave it to blank. So what do you mean by this condition? So let me explain you this also. So let's say if your light is equal to red, then simply the true part. So your class name will hold that time light, that is your first class name for this gray color, and also your active red for your red color. And let's say if this condition is false, it means if your light is not equal to red, then simply the false part that is blank. So that time your class name would be simply light, that is simply your gray color, right? So this way we will have for the other two lights as well, simply curly brace, backtick, then light, then a dollar, then again if light equal to yellow, then simply active yellow. In the else part, again blank. So let's have the same thing for green as well. So here green and simply active green. So now let's check. So I place this state variable outside my function. So my bad. This will be simply inside your functional component. So see, initially the green light is glowing, that is for 4 seconds, then yellow for 2 seconds, then again red light for 3 seconds. And again the same process will repeat. So see, we got our traffic light system. Or let's say you are very strict about traffic rules and you need to follow that only. That is stop for red, wait, yellow, and then go. That is simply stop, wait, and go. So you can have a slight change here. Initially, instead of green, you can have initial value red and simply here change the condition slightly. Then yellow to green, and then again green to red again. So now initially the red light will glow, that is stop, then yellow for wait, and then green for simply go. So now you are strictly following the traffic light rules, that is stop, wait, and go. So here in the code you only have two main logics, that is here like fixed interval of time, we are providing the time dynamically, and then conditionally we are having both the classes, like one class will be fixed, that is your light for gray color, and then simply the second we are adding conditionally whichever light is active based on that. So yes, that's it for this video. Hope you all understood about the traffic light system in a much better way. So see you all in the next one. Till then, take care.